Tina with Arizona Desert Gems, and I'm going to show you how easy it is to use this Harbor Freight rock tumbler to polish your beautiful jewelry. Here's my finished piece of copper and brass, and it's ready to go. This is the first time I've used a long chain, and I have threaded a craft wire through the chain to keep it from tangling. So we'll see what the results are. This is a 2-barrel rock tumbler from Harbor Freight. You can only get the 2-barrel ones now instead of the single barrel, but don't worry. They come off very easily with this little screw top, and then you're just going to unscrew them, take off the washer. Sometimes you might need the washer to pry off the lid if it gets stuck, and then this inside gasket. So that's all there is to the tumbling mechanism. Then, using jewelry shot, which is stainless steel, we'll have many different sizes of these little balls and pins, and that's to help get in all the different crevices. So you're going to need about a pound a shot. Just pour that in. You'll notice it's a very small amount, and that's all you need. Next, you're going to fill with regular water just over the top of the amount of shot that you have in there. Then you're going to add 1 or 2 drops of dishwashing liquid. If you over soak this, you will have a huge foamy mess, so be careful. Next, we're ready to add our jewelry. So you're just going to pop them in. You can put them right on top. You don't have to submerge them under the shot if you don't want to. So that's all it is to putting your jewelry in the tumbling barrel. Then we're going to do the reverse and put the gasket in first. Make sure you get that seated down all the way. The lid goes on, then the washer, and then the screw top, and it's ready to go. Now the other barrel in my tumbler is empty, but don't worry about that. It works absolutely fine. You don't have to have anything in there. If you had something in there with a different level of grit, that's fine. The on switch is on the side, and there you go. So here we are coming back to check how things are doing. You can leave your jewelry in anywhere from 30 minutes to even 2 or 3 hours. So I am using the washer to help pry off the lid because sometimes it does get stuck and it's a little tight. So you can see our dishwashing soap did what it needed to do. And then we are going to take it over to the sink to wash everything off. But you can see just in a brief check, we've got a much shinier, cleaner piece of jewelry. And the wire seems to have held the chain nicely so that nothing is getting tangled up. Okay, so here we are at the sink, and I just have a kitchen strainer I bought from IKEA for like $5. And we're gonna pour that all in there because you do not want that metal shot going down your garbage disposal. So rinse out your barrel. It's easy. You don't need to scrub it. And then you're just going to swish and rinse off the soap from your jewelry and your shot. If you have smaller pieces, it might be a little bit harder to find them. But here I'm just making sure that all the soap is out of the shot. If you live somewhere that's humid and things have a hard time drying, you may want to spread your shot out on a paper towel or some kind of kitchen towel and go ahead and let it dry this way so that there's at least only a single layer, maybe some spaces between it. Again, if you have some real small pieces like you've made some granulation, this is a good time to find those really tiny small pieces that you may have put in your shot. If those pieces are silver, it's very hard to find, but here I found a copper ball that I had made and tumbled earlier. So the copper does shine out fairly easily from the shot, but if it's sterling silver, you're going to have a little bit harder time. Now, if you are finding that your shot is rusting after tumbling and maybe it's not completely dry, then you don't have stainless steel shot and you need to throw it out and purchase pure stainless steel shot. So here's one of the brass and copper earrings that just came out of the tumbler, and you can see how beautifully shined up it is. Checking the end of the ear wire, it has polished that down quite a bit as well, so it's not sharp. And you want to just kind of get a little bit of the water off of your earrings or your jewelry. Now here's our test with the wire, and I know it looks like a giant mess, but just unwinding this and letting the wire thread back through, we're going to find that the chain did beautifully. There's no missing links, there's no breakage, and it didn't tangle into a knot. So I do really, really like this method. And that was just a random piece of craft wire that I had. You can also use copper wire if that's what you have around. Anything that has been plated in the craft wire, that's probably going to start scratching off, and the plating will come off in the tumbler, and then you'll have to deal with the little flakes. So just be careful when you're picking your wire. And I apologize, some of that got off camera, but I think you understand that I am just releasing the wire from the chain. So that's pretty much it. And then just let your jewelry dry. I do, like I said, I like to kind of pat it off so it doesn't have water spots on it. So here we are with the finished piece. And it looks beautiful and polished up. So do me a favor and hit like and subscribe, and happy creating. I'd love to hear about your jewelry stories.